Welcome to Buddhaland Podcast. I'm Stacy. Season 1 is now complete, and before we move into Season 2, I wanted to pause and curate something a little bit different. Over the past months, we have had the privilege of speaking with remarkable individuals whose lives sit at the intersection of art, spirituality, and technology. These rewind episodes are my way of returning to some of those conversations and drawing out the threads that stay with me. This episode is dedicated to art, not art as decoration or commodity, but art as a form of living, a path to self-knowledge and to the divine. You'll hear from three voices: Prajwal Ratna Vajracharya, a 35th generation Tantric Buddhist priest and master of Charya Nritya, illuminates how statues and paintings carry profound wisdom, and how singing and dancing can be vehicles of spiritual transformation. Michel Pascal, meditation teacher, composer, and filmmaker, speaks with characteristic passion about singing as a path to healing and inner freedom. Monica Laura Smith, holistic educator and creator of Soundgate, draws a quiet but important distinction between music and sound and between meditation and therapy.
We have a oral tradition is been carried on is still in the present day. So if you have your main deities and those masters, enlightened master, they have a main deity. They write the song, they devote the song, they honor the songs and the dance. The Yogini Tantras like that. Without music and dance, you cannot please Vajra Yogini. You know, that's the way it is. To honor the divine, to honor the spirit, you need to dance and sing. You just reflecting that yourself, I am honoring, I will do better. Ideas in here, every statue, the painting, they have a incredible wisdoms. For example, like Kunyin deities, this Kunyin deity. It's very simple, holding with this mudra. So we call this in a thumb. Thumb is the earth element, and this is the air element. Air and thumb, it is connected to the mind to awakening. That's why they call the wisdom mudra. So wisdom gesture, you pass on that wisdom through all. And then the other part is holding a blue lotus like a sky. It's holding with this finger. So infinite, sky means infinite wisdom with a soft and gentle way, giving from the heart as the generosity to all. That's me. And then it's also a whole body standing on the top of lotus. So softly, gently passing to the wisdom to all sense and being. And then we have ornaments. If you want to be a bodhisattva, Santi Deva talk about how to get enlightened, you need to preparations with the paramitas. 6 paramita. If you are complete the 6 paramita, only you can become a bodhisattva. And so those are the statues and painting. They always have ornaments as the paramitas, which is like a generosity in the neck piece. They always have a 3 layer. That means inner, outer, and secret. So generosity, I'm giving from the heart with the inner, outer, and the secret way to all. So however you need it, we can give it to you. And then they call the discipline Dana Sila Paramita, where discipline means the ankle belts and the bracelet. You will see that all the deities have it. So all the energies of the body, if you are strong in the hand, strong in the feet, it's a transformation happening. So that's why they make a disciplines with the hand and the feet. It's make your body wear, make your body transformation. And then it is like a Chanti Paramita with the patient. Even like a big Buddhas and male Buddhas and female Buddha, they always have a big area. Patient is really important for the part of the practice of the Dharma. And also the other part, based on what you hear, wherever you are, we are basically listening to whatever goes here, it's reacting to the body in a different way. What are you hearing and make a transformation? So if you hear the good thing, good. If you hear the bad thing, you got the anger and hatred. Why we fight each other? Because based on you hear. So those are the really important part. That's why they're keeping the big earrings I have a big patience in here. And then also effort, anything you do in your life, you have to get the effort. Effort is a belt. So those 4 things make it the change in the world. So the generosity is a love, discipline, patience, and effort. And once you have that practice with those fourth thing then became the Dhanaparamita, which is crown. Crown means the conscious mind. So when your conscious mind is working, the lots of deities have a bindi here that we call a wisdom. So those are the six paramita, and all the statues and painting have that six paramita completely. I am here to share with the generosity, kindness, and love that is everyone needing. So those are the ornament is turning to the wisdom as well. So that's why every statue they give us incredible wisdoms. And some of them, natural deities have a, skull garlands and the snakes and the tigers and the lions and the elephant skins. These are also symbolic meaning behind them. So each of them have a really specific way how you can train your mind and what you need to do for training mind. So that's why the statue is being created by the great master, enlightened master from their visions, like how I can give compassion, kindness, and love in a joyful way to others. So that's why they created these statues. So full of wisdom.
I start to sing on stage. I was 9 years old. When you sing, and I became professional singer in France at 16, 17, and I have the blessing to sing with the musician of Earth, Wind and Fire or the musician of Carlos Santana or exceptional artists like that. And to sing at Carnegie Hall in New York every year since 10 years. It's crazy. When you sing, you heal. Me, I have healed my abuse by singing. Because for me to sing was the way suddenly to go beyond, to say, I don't care. I want to see the light. When you sing, you enter in another dimension. You realize that life is beyond emotions. It's the same when I direct a film. You know, Stacy, when I direct, I film myself. So I film, I direct, and I edit myself, the film. And when you do that, just you are interested to see the light. As we say at the beginning, Rigpa, God, you want to see something beyond what your eyes are able to see. You want to feel something incredible when you say, oh my gosh, wow, this is amazing. Art, it's to help us to go beyond our perceptions.
I'm sure that it was because of my interest in jazz and improvisation, because when you work with this instrument, you have to develop your deep sensitivity. What I mean is that the core of this work is about listening. This is the core of all the work with sound, listening, because this is the only dimension that can bring you in contact with a more meditative. That's why I call it meditation with sound, because I don't see it as a therapy. I see it as a inner device to go deeper into meditation. And so for me, Soundgate is mostly about listening and go deep into yourself in the state of meditation. And sound is perfect because sound is in between being something tangible and intangible, because yes, it's a vibration. Yes, you feel it with your body, but you don't see it because it's just the movement of the air. When you work with energy, you work with something intangible, but at the same time, very, very real. And sound is the same thing. When you work with chi and when you work with sound, chi is even more subtle because you cannot hear it, okay? But you feel it. And sound, you can feel it and hear it, but you cannot touch it really, you don't have 1 kilo of sound. And for me, that I was working a lot with astrology at that point, because I was working less with the Shatsu because of give me less opportunity to work with the spiritual evolutionary dimension, the transformation or the process of individuation, like Jung talked about it. So I was very much into talking. And you say, why is different sound from words? For this reason, because even if words are charged with a lot of layers of meaning, so you hear me say one word and you can contextualize it your own way because it's very, very charged with meaning that coming from your experience, okay? So sound is more different, especially if it's not music. So we don't do music. We work with sound harmonics, with intervals, but not with music. Because again, music is a language. Then again is charged with meaning. That's why improvisation is very open. It's not, every time is different, so you cannot point it to something like, I don't know, Mozart or Beethoven or Rolling Stones or Patti Smith, you see what I mean? They became, and also these meditation music with some water, some birds, some wind, or some drums, so is music at the end. So it brings you in a state of relaxation, absolutely. So it's meaningful, but it's not the work that can be done if you stick with sound only. And this is what I do with Soundgate and with meditation.
I hope these moments stay with you. If you have been enjoying Buddhaland podcast, please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts and share with anyone you think might benefit. It really does help us reach more people who are genuinely seeking. Thank you for listening. Wherever you are in the world, we're grateful that you showed up. Until next time.